these pieces can be linked together to form a bigger piece with the buttons. Yeah, and I'm wearing one of them.
You are watching the Left Side of Fashion, your fashion edutainment. In this segment, Eco AF, I will be inviting students from around the world to share their eco projects. Ela and Defne, they're in Turkey right now, and they're going to talk about how they turn food waste into fabric dye to start their fabulous collection.
I'm Defne.
And I'm Ela.
We both live in Istanbul, but now we're studying in London, in Central St. Martin's, and I'm studying architecture.
And I'm studying textile design. We launched an ethical fashion brand,
which is called Atelier Canada.
Atelier Canada. And we hope to bring together our prints and artworks into a sustainable fashion brand. We're searching for new ways to dye our fabrics with which are more friendly for the environment and for the skin of the people who are wearing it. And we both love wearing colorful prints, and we were struggling with finding these amazing clothing in natural fabrics
and in prices.
And in affordable prices as well. Yeah,
and Turkey is very rich of textiles as well, so we wanted to be a part of this industry in a better way.
I love it. And let's look at that line. I am so amped.
Yeah, so this is our shop in Bodrum in south of Turkey. And
it is gorgeous there. Look at that sun.
So we started with our naturally dyed collection with a shibori technique, which is a Japanese dyeing technique.
This is a wrap skirt.
Yeah, it's a wrap skirt, and we put clips and fold it in different geometric shapes to reach this print with only dyeing.
And what we are always seeking is to use the 100% of the fabric itself. This printed fabric is too valuable to just
waste
something and put in the bin, the leftovers. So we started doing these like bandana square shaped fabrics, and we use coconut fabric in the
coconut
side.
Buttons.
Coconut buttons, sorry.
Yes, so these pieces can be linked together to form a bigger piece with the buttons. Yeah, and I'm wearing one of them with buttoned here. And this is all from our waist, from our previous collection, and we made these kind of kaftans inspired from the Ottoman Empire.
Ooh.
And we dyed them as well. These are the two last ones that we still have.
And our digitally printed collection, these are actually just one whole fabric, but we added these crochet belts onto them, and the crochet belts are made from 100% cotton yarn, and we are dyeing them naturally as well before sewing them.
Yes, and these fabric pieces are a rectangular piece of fabric that can be tied in very many different ways. And we believe that if clothes can be used in multi-function, can be a skirt like Defne is wearing, or it can be a dress. It makes it even more sustainable, because you would have one piece of fabric that you can wear in many different ways. So we produce these printed piece of fabrics. They're all the same thing, but they have such different feelings because of the colors and every design of it.
Yes, let's talk about those colors, which is what I love about your collection.
Thank you.
How did you start with hey, I'm going to use food waste to dye my clothes?
Yeah, so when we started our brand, we said we want to use some kind of waste to start our collection. And
so we went to these very traditional Turkish marketplaces where they sell
food
lots
markets.
Of vegetables and fruits and all kinds of food, and they had these huge bins, and they were even tossing food waste onto the ground.
Yeah.
And we said, can we please collect these? And they were like,
yes, take them. They didn't want them. So we took
onion skin and lots of artichoke leaves and lots of waste.
Whatever is local and is not being used in the food, like the onion skin, was a chance for us to color our fabrics. And we researched how to make those dyes stable on the fabric, and we used tannin powder. Tannin is a powder that comes from
It's a natural
tree.
mordant.
Yeah, it's a mordant, and we use it in the dyeing process. So the fabric is able to take the dye even more and keep the dye after. Yeah,
That
and
is
then our
great.
journey started in a kitchen, actually.
In my kitchen.
Yeah, in Defne's kitchen. It's what's touching our body, and it's all the dyeing that's being done in the industry is very harmful. There's a lot of water wasted and a lot of chemicals used, and we want to research and find new techniques to do it.
I love the whole idea that you bring in something that we call waste. I no longer need this part for what I'm doing, and they're perfectly fit for another industry to use it for something else. Since you guys deal with colors all the time, onion peels, what color will they come out to?
It depends on the color of the onion. So if it's a brown, like white onion with a brown skin, it will give like a rusty brown, orangey brown, like burnt orange, which is an amazing color.
Ooh.
Yeah, and you can only use natural fibered fabric for natural dyeing, which makes it even better because you're not allowed to use plastic.
Yeah. What about this peach color that I really, really love?
We went to Morocco and we discovered the power of natural pigments and how they were made and how people were actually using it. And we learned it from the locals there.
So these powders come from local cactus or trees.
Poppy flower, some coal.
Yeah, even coal, and they extract the color and they make it into powders, which is way more stronger than just boiling vegetables.
Yeah.
Because you need a lot of onion skins to get a very strong color.
So that yellow, is that the onion?
It's yellow saffron.
It's from saffron, yes. It was the pigment that we brought from Morocco as well.
Ooh.
Extracted from saffron, yeah.
That's delicious. And the navy blue on top?
Indigo.
Indigo. Maria,
Yeah, it comes from Morocco.
It's very, very hard to find.
also
it's
in
the strongest
Africa.
pigment. It's one of the strongest pigments on earth, as we know.
Yeah, and back in the history when they first found it, it was the first blue color that's in nature, actually. That's not in the sky or the sea. The first blue pigments. Yeah.
Yeah. And the purple one?
The purple one was a mix, actually.
Yeah.
In order to get the purple color, we use, normally you use an indigo, like blue and red, to get a purple color. But when we use these pigments, we realize that red and coal, like the black, poppy and the black, gives the best purple.
Yeah.
So
because
cool.
the black that you find in natural dyes is not like a very strong black.
Yeah.
It's more like a grayish, bluish black.
Yeah.
That is has a blue undertone, and when you mix it with red, it becomes purple. It's really beautiful.
If we want to get more white in the fabric, then we don't make them wait a lot in the dye.
Yeah,
We
almost
just
like a
put them
shock
and
dye.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A shock dye.
A shock dye, like we tie the fabric in different shapes and dip it and take it out, and then we make them wait in vinegar water, so the dye is more stable.
There's a huge process that we learned from our friends in Morocco.
Yeah.
Your
Thank
prints
you.
on that. I love the geometric shape, and I think it's like partially the building.
Part of Hagia Sophia is a very amazing architectural piece. It was a church in Byzantine Empire in Istanbul, and then it was a mosque, and it survived many cultures, many historical things. It's amazing inside.
And I think this pattern especially is showing us together her romantic and very textile kind of background and my very architectural and technical side. It's just a mixture
of us.
Yeah. Yes.
I was thinking something that would represent us in the photo shoot, and we were like, what can represent us more than actually natural fruits and vegetables?
Yeah.
And we started playing with the threads and forming these little decors that kind of became a symbol of our brand.
And it's by chance that we're just wearing the opposite colors, right?
Yeah.
And this is not just any photo shoot. This is for Harvest Bazaar, right, girl?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
We're on Harvest Bazaar in
In
Turkey.
June.
Yeah. Now fashion world is changing, and all the magazines are looking for brands who are taking this step towards ecologic fashion. And and they, like, we are a small brand, we are young, but they see future in us. As in St. Martin's, we're always encouraged to look at alternatives for the current material.
I love that you guys give workshops too, so others can learn the same technique and not just like, oh no, mine exclusive. You're like, no,
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, we like sharing because that's how we learn.
The whole reason why Left Side of Fashion that I started is not only as a fashion edutainment, but as a community, so everybody can share all the resources, can talk about it, so you don't have to do everything by yourself.
Yes, the one with the ocean waste. I completely love that video. It was very inspiring, and the waste in the ocean is a real issue, and to get some attention to that is amazing. So if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's a really nice video, Bunny.
See, I didn't ask for that plug-in, yay! But thank you.
We would love to share our journey, but as much as we love sharing our journey, we would love to listen people's journey, because everyone is traveling. Young people, they have stories to tell. The name of our collection is The Unspoken Tales of Moroccan Women, and we really wanted to be a part of their story. That's why we created this collection.
We would love if you can follow us and message us when we put videos about natural dyeing. You can ask anything.
Collaborate and be a part of us, or if you want us to be a part of your journey.
Yeah,
we are always here. We are open.
Oh, so much love in this conversation. It's like virtual hug.
Yeah, virtual hug.
Anybody you want to shout out?
Oh yes. So we would like you to meet Clara Jadresi. She's a designer. She's doing
eco prints and printwear.
She's French and based in London, and we would love to hear her story.
Yes, and there's another brand.
They're called Mahrok Bags brand, and they are very ethically working using waste but beautiful fabric that they collect from different parts of the world.
So many stories. Thank you, girls, for being here. Thank you being on Eco AF when I feature all the students' eco projects. This is just so wonderful, and would love to talk to you guys more in the future for sure. Keep me updated. Mwah, 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 mwah.